Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at the cross-cutting concepts found in the next generation science standards and how we can use those in our instruction. So to start with, the framework for K-12 science education outlines these 7 cross-cutting concepts. So patterns, cause and effect, scale, proportion, and quantity, systems and system models, energy and matter, structure and function, stability and change. By looking at these titles, a couple of things are apparent. First, these aren't necessarily new. So in the previous National Science Education Standards that were published in 1996, we had a series of unifying concepts. Many state documents also have unifying themes or concepts that are similar to these. And I think what's important as we think about these really is what they represent are concepts or ideas that stretch across all the disciplines of science. So we see things we see these in when we're studying phenomena in biology, we see them in our science phenomena, we see them when we're studying about the universe. So these same concepts will cut across all of the different disciplines of science. So as we take a look at the cross-cutting concepts, I want to focus really on 3 big ideas of how they're used in instruction. So cross-cutting concepts provide a lens through which to view the world. They should build throughout the school year, and actually they should build throughout an entire career, K-12 career of a student, and throughout grade level bands, so middle school or lower elementary, upper elementary, high school, and then also that cross-cutting concepts need to be assessed within context. So first, these cross-cutting concepts provide a lens through which to view the world. So as you think about cross-cutting concepts, what they provide are really intellectual tools or a framing that students can use when they approach new phenomena. For example, if you think about studying motion, when students want to start studying motion, they can think about looking at what patterns do they find within that motion or graphs of motion. They can also look at perhaps systems and how can analyzing the system that the motion is happening in help them understand what's happening. The same idea applies in biology. So if we're studying ecosystems, for example, they can look at patterns of behavior within an ecosystem or patterns of energy flow within an ecosystem, and they can also look at, from a systems perspective, what is part of the system and what isn't part of the system when they look at a specific ecosystem. So what these do is they provide a way really for us to start thinking about and understanding the phenomena that we're engaged with. So these cross-cutting concepts need to build throughout a school year and also throughout grade bands. So throughout the life of a student in middle school or in high school or in upper or lower elementary school. So if we think first of all just at a school year. At a school year level, so the cross-cutting concepts should be reinforced throughout the school year and within the context of instruction and embedded kind of as they're understanding the disciplinary core ideas. So if you look at your course or over the course of the full school year, you can see that there's going to be a few cross-cutting concepts that are really applicable to the content and to what you're trying to do, and you want to focus on those and make those cross-cutting concepts explicit with your students. If you're at the elementary level, it may be that there's 1 or 2 cross-cutting concepts that really kind of stand out through the school year. Middle school, there might be 2 or 3, and as you get up into high school, there might be 3 or 4 or 5 as students become more sophisticated using these practices. Using these cross-cutting concepts. But the big thing is it's something that you need to focus on and make explicit throughout the school year within the context of the content and instruction. That carries over as well when we talk about assessing the cross-cutting concepts. So cross-cutting concepts need to be assessed in context, so not as isolated types of things, but instead helping students or can students use these cross-cutting concepts to understand phenomena. Over the course of a grade band, students should be assessed on a variety of performance tasks or kind of constructed response tasks to see how they're using cross-cutting concepts. And if they're kind of understanding how they can use those cross-cutting concepts to better understand ideas, and the same thing is true within a school year, that you want to look at those over time. So you might assess 2 or 3 or 4 times a year how they're able to use the cross-cutting concepts that are most important for your school year.